Welcome back to another episode of the Even Your Dynasty Show. You guys are getting another two for today on Friday. I'm posting this video now, and we're going to have the live show going tonight at 8:30. Dan's going to join me for that. We'll have a lot of good talk on the Giants, kind of the state of the team, and, they're kind of going through a skid right now. But we've had a lot of negativity surrounding the team recently. And I'm trying to put something out there today that's going to be a little bit more positive. And that's the play of Heliot Ramos and how he really is playing like an all-star. And he has a very strong case to be not only, an all-star, but all-star starter. If you just look around at what the other NL outfielders are doing this season, he is right up there with all of them, if not surpassing them. If you go off of statistics like WAR, for instance. So we're going to talk about him. I promise I'm not going to go into the whole, if it was up to Farhan, he'd still be in Sacramento thing. Like I'm giving that a rest today. This is just about Ramos and his situation and how he's playing right now. First things first, as always, if you guys do enjoy the content I put out, again, I appreciate all of you guys, but if you could hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, it's greatly appreciated. It helps with the growth and everything. So appreciate all you guys either way. Otherwise, just keep enjoying the content and join us for the live show later. And we get a lot of good interaction. If there's a video that you want made or a topic you want me to talk about, drop it in the comments. I do try and go with your guys' suggestions as well. I know there is somebody that put in a request. I am going to be recording that to post probably this weekend. It was about a week ago. We've had a kind of a crazy week with the little one getting sick at one point. So apologize for the delay, but we'll get that one out. Now back to the Ramos topic. This year, you just take a quick glance at his numbers. I mean, he's hitting 307 right now. He has, I'm going to actually share this screen. This is going to be the Baseball Savant page for him. He's hitting 307 right now. He's got a 935 OPS. If you just look at these numbers here, and for those of you that aren't able to see it, pretty much every batted ball metric that Ramos is putting up right now is, pretty much elite. His weighted expected on base average is in the 90th percentile. Even his expected batting average, 69th percentile. But then you start looking at the batted ball metrics. Average exit velocity, 92nd percentile. Barrel percentage, 95th percentile. Hard hit percentage, 98th percentile. His walk percentage is in the 76th percentile. And then you look at his chase percentage, which is 60th percentile. So he's an above average chase rate right now. So yes, you look at the whiff and strikeout percentage where, it's a 31% whiff percentage, 28.8% strikeout percentage. And yes, we would all love to see that improve. But what he's doing is basically he's swinging at good pitches, and he's probably always going to have some swing and miss, and that's just fine. But he's swinging at good pitches to hit. And when he barrels them up, it's special. And I mean, this is what we talked about last season before the year this season, I constantly harped on with him where, we don't know if he'll make contact enough or if he'll make enough good swing decisions where he'll develop into a really good player. But off the bat, it's special. And this season, he's showing that he can make a lot of really good swing decisions. And when he barrels it up, it's special. So it's pretty amazing what he's doing. He's hit, he just became the first Giant on the season to make double-digit home runs. He got to 10. If you count what he's done in Sacramento as well, he has 18 home runs this season between San Francisco and Sacramento, and it's June 21st. That's incredible. He's having a great season. And now I'm going to go into some kind of fun numbers before we dive into the other stuff of, I enjoy pacing out. Like, okay, he's played in 39 games so far. Let's see, what do those numbers stretch out to over 162 game season? And if you broke it down to a 162 game season, he's on pace right now for 41 home runs and 145 RBIs. Now, granted, Is he going to hold that pace? Probably not, but it's still pretty incredible to look at after nearly 40 games. He's still holding that kind of pace. The other part is, a lot of people might say to me, well, he didn't start till the beginning of the season. So, or he didn't start until, middle of May. He didn't get called up. So he can't play that many games. Well, I did the math on it. There's, if he plays every game from here out, which, he'll probably get a day off or two here and there, but if he were to play every game from here out, he can play in 125 games this season. If you take his current pace out, that paces out to 32 home runs and 112 RBIs. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it would be pretty incredible if Heliot Ramos was the guy that broke the 30 home run drought that the Giants have had since 2004. And he did it in a season where he didn't even play the first 6 weeks of the season. I mean, that's pretty amazing to me. But that's kind of where he's at on there. Obviously, he's shown it defensively. He's been playing a really solid defensive center field. He's still better off in a corner. I think in center, he's probably more just average, but he looks solid out there. He doesn't look out of place and like he's a liability, which has been really promising. I think if you get him into a corner, he'll be a well above average defender. Maybe he can develop into kind of an elite defender even at some point. But that's just he's playing center out of necessity, and it's been really valuable doing it. You look at kind of his production, going back to offensively, he's kind of doing it against any number of, pitches or things that they may throw him. His numbers versus fastballs, he's absolutely crushing them. The average exit velocity on those is 92.9. He's got an OPS against, or he's gotten a slugging percentage against fastballs of 548, average of 342. Against breaking balls, he's got a batting average of 259. So he does swing and miss a little bit more at breaking balls, but he's also still slugging 519. So he's hammering them. He's hit 4 home runs off breaking balls. So, he's going to have that swing and miss, and that's fine, but he's just, he's still doing damage against anything. If you're going to hang a breaking ball to him, he's going to punish you. And that's how it's been right now. So pretty impressive. You look at what his numbers are with runners in scoring position. He's hitting 357 right now and has a 965 OPS. I mean, it just doesn't matter the situation. He's just, hammering the ball, which has been awesome. I think he deserves to be an all-star. I hope everybody watching this, I hope all of you guys are voting for him. I mean, I can honestly say I haven't partaken in the fan vote in forever. It's kind of a joke in some respects that they have so much impact, but you look at a guy like him that's actually, deserving, and he gets you excited to actually go out there and vote. And I've actually put in my handful of votes for him. And I'll probably keep doing it because he's probably the most exciting player to come through their system in a number of years. I mean, what he's doing, he's showing off 5 above average tools. He's not necessarily a 5-tool player, and it's like normal, how it's normally talked about, where people think of guys like Mays or Mantle and those guys, or Bonds, where it's like the elite of the elite. And yeah, he's not going to be probably elite in all these categories, but he's really showing to be above average in all of them, which has been awesome. And then and the Giants haven't had a 30 home run guy, or not 30, a homegrown outfielder be an all-star since, Chili Davis back in the 80s. So it would be pretty cool if he can break that streak. We'll see if he can or not. There's just a few things that I mean, I think a lot of us would love to see him get the ball airborne a little bit more frequently. He's still hitting the grounders at about a 52% rate. So just kind of looking at his, batted ball metrics here up on the screen, I think that's the one thing that if he could just get that down into like the 40 to 45% range, I mean, you're talking about a guy that could be one of the premier sluggers. So we'll see if he sustains it. I hope he does. I'm always cautiously optimistic with these guys. It's hard to, it's hard to, being a Giants fan, and we've seen these guys go on big tears and then they, fall off. So it's hard to just be, head first into that, but I'm really hopeful. I hope he keeps it up. He's a guy that it's impossible to not root for. He's only 24 years old. This could be a very like a core piece to this organization going forward and an actual building block. And for a team that's kind of lacked that recently, that would be a big step in the right direction, especially if they want to be competitive. I mean, obviously this season, think about where this team would be without him. But next season and the year after and everything, like this is a guy you build around if he's as good as he's showing. So tell me what you guys are thinking. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on Ramos and if you think he can sustain, a level of what he's doing. I do think the average is going to end up settling in closer to 280. But let me know what you guys think, or if you think, if you're one of the people holding out that he's going to have a big regression or not. So let's hear it. Appreciate all of you joining me today. And like I said, join us again later. We'll hop on the live show and, we'll love to answer any questions on there and, have the interaction. So catch you guys in a little bit.